Welcome to InfoHub. So hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So today I will be explaining to you very simple and very basic tools of Photoshop. So let's get started. Do subscribe and press the bell icon and never miss any update from InfoHub. So starting with blur, sharpen and smudge tool. I know you all are familiar with these words and the functions are almost same as we use this in our daily life. So starting with blur tool, this is the image which I have selected to explain. For example, let's say in this particular image I want to emphasize on this particular area, keeping the rest behind it blur. So what you need to do is first and foremost thing you always need to do is make a new layer. After making a new layer, always remember to put a tick on this option, sample all layers, so that you can work accordingly and you don't need to select here again and again for making selections. So now moving forward with the blur tool, as you can see I want to emphasize on this. All you need to do is simply click and drag your mouse. Now as you can see the area is becoming blur. Now as you come closer to this image, you can see if we move our brush randomly, it will blur the image of the car as well. So in such cases what you need to do is, with the help of either selection tool or with the help of polygonal lasso tool, you can define the particular area to be blurred. As you can see with the help of this polygonal lasso tool, first let me make selection. Now you can see this area is selected. Now we can easily blur this particular area and it won't affect our image which we want to emphasize on. As you can see, it will only blur within that selected area. For more details you can go and check the link given above. So after this you can simply press Ctrl D for deselection and you can merge the rest accordingly. So now let me show you. This was the image before the effect and this is the image after the blur effect. So that's all about blur. Now moving forward to sharpen tool. Sharpen tool is simply sharpening your images. The function is same as that of a blur. Blur makes the image look blur and sharpen makes the image look more sharper, more defined. So for example, let's say first make a new layer. The properties are same. Make it to sample all layers, select sharpen tool, and for example let me say I want to highlight this particular number plate. So simply click and drag your mouse and you can see the area is getting highlighted. For example, let me say I want to highlight this particular area as well, and the pavement which you can see I want to highlight this particular as well. In this also, to highlight a specific area you use the selection and the polygonal tool. Now as you can see, this was the before effect and after giving the sharpen effect, this is how the image looks. Just have a look at the difference between these two. This was before, this is the after. You can see the difference. Very basic thing about blur and sharpen tool. Now let's move towards to smudge tool. Smudge tool in simpler words is blending two or more colors. Let me explain to you with another example. Let's say I am taking this particular red color, as you can see, and a lighter version of this same red color. Now with the help of smudge tool, you can simply blend both the colors to avoid this differentiation. As you can see, the strength you can change according to your preference. It was by default set to 100. I usually keep it to 50 or less than 50. So this is totally your choice. As you can see, you can also make the ends of the color as smooth as well. You can also apply this color to the whole area by simply clicking and dragging, as you can see. So this is all about smudge tool. Make sure you make in a new layer. You can also use this tool in images as well, where you need to blend or smoothen a specific area. Let me explain to you with the help of another image as well. As you can see in this particular image, if you zoom, you can see the pixelation effects. To decrease this, you can also use smudge tool in such cases. First, let's make a new layer, sample all layers, and with the help of smudge tool, as you can see, if I move my brush, it is making this particular area soft, as you can see. This is the actual image and this is the after result. After using the smudge tool, you can see the area has become a little better than the original image. So this is where you can use the smudge tool to blend a particular area. Okay, now moving towards the next set of tool. Now before moving towards the next set of tool, let me explain to you one thing. As you know, many people are confused with how to check the quality of your image, or how can we know that if the quality is correct for printouts or not. So all you need to do is, there's a zoom icon, as you can see. Simply click on this icon, and at the top there's an option called 100%. Simply click on this and you can see this is the actual size of your image. It's obvious that if you zoom in, pixelation will occur. So this is not how you check the quality of your image. Always remember to click on zoom and always keep it to 100% to check the quality of your image. Okay, that's it. Now let's move towards the next set of tools. They are dodge tool, burn tool and sponge tool. So dodge tool is basically used to highlight or to brighten your images, and burn tool is used to add more shadows or to darken a particular area or to darken your images, and sponge tool is used to saturate and desaturate your images. In simpler words, let me say, to increase the intensity or decrease the intensity of a particular image. There are some images in which we need details, so in such cases these tools are preferred. So let's get started. Let me explain to you with the help of another image. So first thing, before using this tool, first thing to do is make a duplicate of your original copy. So how to make a duplicate? You have two options. Either you can right click on this and simply press duplicate. OK. The second option is simply using the shortcut key Ctrl J, and you can choose anyone according to your comfort. So let's get started. Let's start with dodge tool. Now as you can see in this particular image, let's say I want to highlight this particular area a little bit more. So all you need to do is select the tool, simply click and drag your mouse. I'm hoping you can see the highlights which I'm creating. See, the difference will be very minor because we can't make it too bright because it will not look realistic. So you need to carefully do it, each and everything. You need to invest a lot of time in this particular images for a good result. So as you can see, this was the original image. This is a difference which we have created. Now to add some shadows here, all you need to do is, using the burn tool, you can darken this particular area. As you can see, few areas are highlighted. This blue color is also highlighted, which we don't want it to. So you can erase this using the eraser tool. Simply using the eraser tool, just simply erase it. So this is how the image looks. This was the original image which you had, and this is the result after using the dodge and the burn tool. Okay, now moving towards the sponge tool. Sponge tool, as I said, it is used to increase or decrease the intensity of a color. For example, let's say I want to decrease the intensity of this particular color, say blue. So as you can see, if I simply click and drag my mouse, you can see the area has become darker. Let me make another copy. As you can see, if I simply click and drag my mouse, the area is becoming darker and darker. In short, it is decreasing the intensity of the particular color. Now if I want to increase this color, so all I need to do is there's an option at the top called desaturate, saturate. Keep it to saturate and just simply click and drag to increase the intensity of the color. As you can see, now you can see the difference. This was before and this is after. So that's all about these tools. I know the tools which I have explained to you might look very simpler and very easy, but if you want good results and you want very details in your work, so trust me, you actually need to invest your time in this, because an image may take 4 to 5 hours approximately. So that's all for today. I hope you were able to learn something. So let's see you in the next class. Thank you. We hope you like this video. Give your feedback in the comment section. Now you can also follow us on all social medias. Hit like and do subscribe our channel for more interesting videos.